For the latest in strategic affairs, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon for more updates.
This is StratNews Global. I'm Amitabh. Revi. Our guest today is Abdulla Shahid. He's the Foreign Minister of Maldives and the President of the 76th United Nations General Assembly. Mr. Shahid, welcome back to Delhi. I know it's a very short trip, but good to see you in person.
Thank you. So good to be here.
Just wanted to look at, review how India-Maldives ties are going. And there's so much of assistance in terms of, it's neighborhood first for us and it's India first for you, the policy. But if I just break it up and look at the economic assistance, the aid, whether it's currency swaps, or could you review for us how important that has been? Because in our neighborhood, there are many countries which are facing a lot of financial problems.
Well, our relationship with India has never been better because from the day President Solih took office, we started the very strong relationship. As you recall, Prime Minister Modi was at the inauguration of President Solih, and President Solih visited Delhi very soon after that.
Yeah.
And Prime Minister Modi himself has been to the Maldives on several occasions. President Solih was here for an official visit last year as well. And the level of contact between the two leaders has been phenomenal. They have been meeting at different conferences through telephone, so when there is such commitment at the leadership level, for us, we are always kept at check to make sure that their commitment is met by action. And that is what we are seeing today. Why so many things are being done at different levels. When you look at the larger infrastructure projects that have been undertaken in the Maldives, be it the Tilamale bridge, or the Hanimadu airport, or the Addu airport, or the 250 islands that have been the islands that are being the infrastructure of water and sanitation have been built, and many, many more. Even smaller projects of grassroots level, which are impacting people more directly. Social centers, outdoor gyms, you name it, it's there. And at the much larger other level, even at the height of COVID-19 pandemic, India and Maldives came to arrangement of the bubble travel arrangement, which kick-started the Maldives tourism industry at a time when all borders were closed. In addition, we do get the required financial backing in times of emergencies. So we have been able to demonstrate to the rest of the world how a very large, populous and developing country of this magnitude and a smaller neighbor is able to cooperate and continue to set example to the rest of the world, which is based on mutual respect, respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity of both, and aspiring for the sentiments of our peoples.
Sure. Just if you could give us an idea of how much there has been assistance economically, and again, if I've got my figures right from the Ministry of Finance, overall international debt that the Maldives is dealing with, has been a problem with China in the past. About 38%, I think, of your gross national income has to be repaid. How is that progressing, Minister, and how has India's assistance been, if you can quantify it?
Well, India's assistance is towards the upliftment of our peoples. The aid is very transparent. It's been accounted for from the Indian side as well as the Maldivian side. The Finance Ministry has these figures uploaded to the websites. So it's quite transparent. And as for the other countries through which we have raised debt, we are very proud of the fact that we have been able to keep the payments going, and we will continue to pay. Yes, there were a time during the middle of the COVID pandemic, not only the Maldives, but all countries around the world, the LDCs and the middle-income countries were hit very badly. And that is where the G20 and the G7 came in and assisted us with the debt deferment initiative. And that timely intervention by the developed countries helped many countries, including the Maldives, and we are very grateful.
As you said, Minister, it's a multifaceted relationship that we have, India and the Maldives. In terms of defense and security, could you give us an idea of how much, say, the Coast Guard harbour has progressed, or the coastal radars that have been installed? How are they faring?
Our relationship with India on defense is premised by the fact that Maldives is in the heart of the Indian Ocean. And we really feel that we are the heart of the Indian Ocean. For us, stable and prosperous Indian Ocean is a necessity. If there is a conflict, if there is instability in the Indian Ocean, Maldives will be the first to suffer. And that is why we partner with India, we partner with our other neighbors, and also with the Indian Ocean Rim Association. All the littoral states of the Indian Ocean have come together. Now we all know the critical importance of maintaining peace and stability in the Indian Ocean. And Maldives will definitely continue to play its role in maintaining that. And our special relationship with India continues.
If you could give us an idea of how much these two projects in terms of our progress, I know the coastal radars are in place, so how important or significant are they for the Maldives and the Coast Guard harbour? How much is that?
The coastal radar systems are in place and it is functioning well. During the visit by the EM, Dr. Jayashankar to Addo et al., we were able to inaugurate the last of the installed radars. You would know that Maldives is 99% ocean, and that makes our borders very porous. Now, Indian Ocean unfortunately has a very high incidence of piracy, of narco trafficking, and other evils that we do not want to be in our territory. So we are very grateful for India to have provided us and partnered with Maldives to make sure that our territory is protected from these evils. And as a result of the country being a large ocean state, we need to continuously improve our Coast Guard. And that is why we need to work with our neighbors, especially with India, in facilitating the upliftment of our Coast Guard facilities, including the harbour.
And Minister, it's not just bilateral. I mean, the Maldives and India have multilateral security initiatives, the Colombo Security Conclave. Now, it's Mauritius is also there. Bangladesh and Seychelles may be becoming full members. How significant is that kind of cooperation for the Maldives?
That is exactly what I referred to earlier. Increasingly, the IORA countries, the Indian Ocean littoral states, are becoming more and more integrated as far as security and development is concerned. And it is good to see that the trilateral arrangement that we started, Maldives, Sri Lanka and India, started now includes Mauritius, and also other countries are taking interest. Bangladesh wants to join in, and they are most welcome because end of the day, we can establish security in the Indian Ocean collectively. We can't, one country alone can't do it. and that is where we started the Colombo Conclave. And it's good to see that we are now progressing towards establishing a permanent secretariat and moving forward.
And relations, the impact of that are felt by the common person on the ground, like you were referring to earlier, these high impact projects that India and the Maldives have, and Maldives chooses what it needs. So in small things, you're talking about gyms and public parks and stadiums, of course the connectivity bridge, the impact on normal people, that should be not missed, it should be put up really up there.
Well, when you look at the development assistance that we are receiving through concessional loans or be it grant assistance, every dollar that is spent for development is targeted towards the upliftment of the people.
Yeah.
And that is why when we look at
and across the atoll, it's not just money.
when you look at the development that is taking place, be it housing or development of cancer hospital, or many others, they are directly targeted towards upliftment of the living standard of the people.
There's 400 crore rupees, I think, that has been additional budgeted in the Indian budget for the Maldives this year. But that apart, just looking at domestic politics, Minister, as in there has been a lot of it recently. The MDP primaries was almost like a no-holds barred. Divisions within the MDP or the coalition not being completely together. I mean, I know the Adalat and the MDA are supporting President Solih. Could that be problematic for re-election for President Solih?
President Solih will win the second term. His contribution to the people, how his administration has really lifted the living standard of the people and addressed the acute needs of the people, are being appreciated by many. And these are very early stages of an election process. We completed our internal party primaries. Of course, MDP has always been a party with democratic principles, and it was good to see a highly contested primary, and that is behind us now. Now, two parties have already indicated their desire to be in coalition with President Solih and the MDP, and we'll see how things progress. But overall, we are very comfortable.
Lots of things happening, court cases which have to be looked at, whether President Yamin is going to run.
Why we are very proud of what we have been able to achieve, as you said, court cases, is the fact that this 4 years we have been able to really separate the judiciary from the executive. We make sure that we do not interfere in any judicial process. And that is how the Constitution sees it. Yes, we are infant democracy, but I think what we have been able to achieve during these 4 years has established a real strong foundation for democratic governance in the country.
So you don't think this India out or India military out will have any impact on the electorate during the elections?
Well, the slogans that are being used by the opposition targeting India is being used because they do not have any concrete policies for the betterment of the people of the country. So the only thing that they can come up with is fomenting hatred. Otherwise, they should come out with proper policies for the people.
When you say multifaceted and multilateral, very curious if you could share your experience when you were UNGA president, because at least on social media or when I would be watching what you would do, you and you still continue to do that. You're meeting leaders from across the world, so many of them. You've had this golden opportunity to cement relationships. How important would that kind of networking for you be for the Maldives?
Well, Maldives became a member of the United Nations 57 years back.
Yeah.
And when we applied for membership at the Security Council, there was a debate whether a small country like the Maldives, and at the time referred to as a mini-state, could actually meet the obligations of the UN Charter. But today, things are different. Maldives and many other small countries are leaders internationally. Maldives completed very successfully its presidency at the UN General Assembly. Currently, we are a member of the Human Rights Council. And for small countries like the Maldives, what should matter is, at the end of the day, our security and protection is guaranteed not by military pacts or acquisition of weapons or anything. It's guaranteed by an international order where rule of law is respected. Respect to the UN Charter and the rules-based international system. And that's what we advocate. And that is why we have been able to stand tall internationally. And I believe Maldives has maintained a foreign policy based on moral high ground, and we are seen around the world today.
Certainly are, Minister. Absolutely appreciate your time again and your short trip here. I hope it's extremely fruitful. The next time, I hope to meet you back home in the Maldives. Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. Please come and visit us.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thanks. And for our viewers, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Do share the link as widely as possible. Follow all our social media handles to get the latest. There's a Telegram scroll at the bottom of your screen. If you join that, you will get all the latest posts that we put up on our website or interviews like this with the Maldivian Foreign Minister Abdulla Shahid. This is The Talking Point on StratNews Global. I'm Amitabh Revi.